Gather up your projects, settle in your favorite spot. It's time to stitch with Sarah at her stitchy Camelot. Let's celebrate each other, this community we've got. It's time to get down to Sarah's stitchy spot.
Hello everyone, my name is Sarah. Welcome to my FlossTube channel, where we will discuss and celebrate all things cross-stitch. Grab your favorite beverage, get comfortable, and join me
at Sarah's stitchy spot.
Hi, I'm Sarah, and this is FlossTube number 65. It is Friday, January the 3rd, 2025. And I would like to take this moment to welcome each and every one of you to my FlossTube channel. As I do at the beginning of every video, I want to thank my husband Stan for writing and performing the intro song that you just heard. If you are new to my FlossTube channel, welcome. I hope you will like what you see and that you will subscribe, ring the bell, share, like, and do all the things that we do on FlossTube. For those of you that are returning viewers and subscribers, I'm always so happy when we have our time together like this. And I hope everyone had a wonderful holiday season. We are starting our new year, and that can bring a lot of excitement, especially probably in the stitching world. So, wow. I have a full table. I have just a little bit of everything, but I also have my notes of things that I don't want to forget. And first and foremost, in the last video, we had a giveaway for the chart, One Stitch at a Time by La-Di Da, and the threads generously donated by Susan. And the winner of that was Linda Norris 2869. And Linda, I haven't heard from you. If you will send me your address with the email below, we can get those off to you. This is for the Stitch Along with Across the Pond that will start January 10th. And if I don't hear from Linda by my next video, I will go back to that video and I will redraw. Both pairs of Christmas earrings were claimed, and they should be with their new owners. And I'm hoping to do that again next year and try to do it a little sooner so that you can actually enjoy them during the Christmas holidays. So I also want to take a moment to thank everyone that sent a Christmas card. Those were very much enjoyed. As you can kind of see, the Christmas decorations aren't exactly down. We're kind of doing it in stages. I was, again, away from the house on December 29th through the 31st. I went back over to the Bay Area to help Eva with the kids. So we're a little behind on, and you know, it doesn't bother me a bit, but anyway, we will have them down by our next video. Okay, business things that I wanted to share. Modern Folk Embroidery that did Jacob, that, well, we all know and love Jacob. He has started a Patreon. And I thought what was absolutely fabulous about this is that there's no tiers, and he is charging €2 a month or $2.50 a month in US dollars. And I thought that it was extremely reasonable, and I wanted to make sure, if you guys had not heard about it, that you head over to Patreon and you can join. He has a lot of plans for what he would like to do, and part of those may be a Zoom call, tutorials, just talking about the charts that he is designing and going to release. So I just wanted to give a little shout out to Jacob for starting his Patreon. Next, Barbara had contacted me about the piece that you can see in the intro of Little Women. And she liked it and she wanted to stitch it. So I gave her the information. It's by Michelle Jolly. And she found it a couple of places that were very, very expensive because it is an out of print chart. But she also found 2 web addresses that I will put in the drop down box below. She did find it there, and she found it for the kit for a reasonable price. And the two areas, one was crossstitchwarehouse.com, the second was crossstitchstash.com. And I was not familiar with those, so I will put those down below, but it gives you an alternative when you are looking for something on the secondary market that maybe you don't have to pay some of the exorbitant prices that we find on eBay. So thank you, Barbara, for getting back to me with that information. And I'm also thrilled that you got the chart, and I look forward to following your progress on that. Okay. I just had the only little statistic I have. I'm not very good at keeping statistics, but it looked like on December 31st, the end of the year, I had 36 starts and 32 finishes. Now, in that, maybe some of the very smallest pieces I may not have stuck in there, but I don't think that's too bad. So 36 starts, 32 finishes. I did have a shout out for a new FlossTuber, and that is Peter, and his FlossTube channel is opetesake.stitch. I met Peter at the Jingle Ball. He was in one of the rooms that we were in, and he was quite interesting, and he stitches some very lovely pieces. And so I was hoping that you could all go over and subscribe and welcome him to our FlossTube community, as only you guys can do. So, okay, let's start this with our shares. Then we'll go into a couple of finishes, new starts, and then, oh, my lovely full bag of whips, which are works in progress. So we'll start with shares. And the first one is by Sheila. And this is Peacock by Cottage Garden Samplings. And she stitched this on a 22 count Aida. And look at this frame. She did, I think, have to make a little adjustments. The frame opening was 3.5 by 3.5. But oh, such a lovely piece and such the perfect frame for it. So thank you so much, Sheila, for sending that to me to share with all of you. Next, Kathy sent me a picture of a felt stocking. Now I think I'm going to have three pieces that I'm going to talk about from Kathy, and it was the felt stocking that she did for her first grandson. The child's father is going to be a pilot, so she found this Bucilla stocking kit and did that and finished that, and you will see that in the picture. The next piece is what she calls a bowl full of joy, and I love that. So she's got these pieces that have, the word joy incorporated in the stitching. And from left to right in the bowl, the first one is Joyous by Erin Elizabeth. The second one was Comfort and Joy, which is from where it's in Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher, and I'm not sure which one. And that is by Luminous Fiber Arts. I have always wanted to do that one. And then the third piece was an ornament exchange, and that was found in the 2024 Cross Stitch Christmas issue. And that was by Cassie Bailey Smith. And then finally, she has a set of Christmas blocks, and those were designed by Frony, and that's Frony Ritter. So I know the holiday season is just behind us, but it's still nice to get inspired because we want to be ready for next year. So thank you so much, Kathy, for sharing those with us. Next, Deborah, who is the Shingle Spring Stitcher, finished All Things, Stitch All the Things by Darlene Dion Stitch. She did this on a 40 count albarium from Cedar River Linens and Design. And she used floss from Stash, and she stitched this for the top of her stitchy box, which I think is just brilliant. And I think by doing it on the 40 count, it was going to fit on the box just perfectly. And I think you'll see that in the picture. The last piece is, I have 2 pieces from Desiree. And the first one is Alice, and it's by Ori TM. This was stitched on a 36 count fabric by hand dyed by Rolanda, and she used the called for DMC. And then the second one was a 4-part Advent stitch by Historique Stickmuster, designed by Dorothy Kanzi, and it was stitched on a 36 count white linen with a Verssois silks. So, wow, those are our shares this week, and oh my goodness, how beautiful they all are. I get so excited between FlossTubes as you guys send those in so that I can share with everybody. So thank you so much, and we will certainly continue to do that in the year 2025. Okay, so let me show, I have a fully finish, and that is Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. And this is by Shakespeare's Peddler. I made it into a pillow. You could put, and I probably should have done something, but to be honest, I had the pillow made before I realized that. Sometimes I just dive in thinking very little. But anyway, this is Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas by Shakespeare's Peddler. And I don't remember, I don't have it right with me, what I stitched it on. I'm sure it was a 36 count with the called for fabric. And this is the backing that I used for that. And I thought it was big enough that I just, and one thing that I did do with this is I stuck a handful of my orts, my raggedy little pieces of thread, and I stuck that inside this finish. So, and I thought I would try to do that. I have been collecting those orts since 2020, and I have quite a few. So that is Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, and maybe they'll get this as a screenshot. And then the second thing I finished that I showed you guys that I had started was, this was a JBW design, and you can see it is that I stitched 1/1 on a 28 count, and I have now made the hexie flower with English paper piecing, and I plan to put this, when I find the right fabric, to place this on a project bag, because I have almost no project bags for Christmas projects. So I still have the papers in, I need to press it, and I just love that. So that is a piece by JBW Designs. Okay, so those are my finishes. I had 4 new starts. I'm back. I had 4 new starts since you've seen me last. And so I'm just going to grab them in the order that they're here. Okay, so my first one is Baldequin's Birdies. And this is the 2025 Modern Folk Embroidery Stitch Along. And oh my gosh, is it not gorgeous? This is to be stitched, if you follow his breakdown, it would be in 10 parts, and you would have it done by October of 2025. I had originally said I was going to stitch it on a piece of 40 count with the Pirate and Robin floss. Why don't I have their front? There we go. Pirate and Robin floss in the colorway Redstone. and I had a change of mind. Natalia, who is also doing this, I think is doing it on 56 count. I did, I'll put her Instagram account across the bottom. She has picked some gorgeous colors. And so if you do go on Instagram, I encourage you to take a look at what she chose. So in sort of, you know, to go along with her 56 count, I decided to do this on a piece of 28 count Lugana, and I'm going to do it 1/1. So this is my start. So this is how much I have done. So I just want to get up. It's so cute. I stitch very, very carefully. I don't want to have to rip out anything, but I'm very pleased. And I don't think you can pick it up across this video, but the Pirate and Robin cotton floss looks like silk. It has a shine on it. It is just absolutely gorgeous. So if I will put their information down below. They have an Etsy shop, and they do dye silk, but I went with the cotton, and it's just beautiful. So that is my new start of Baldaquin Birdies by Jacob of Modern Folk Embroidery. We'll see if I can keep up. And I'm keeping that in a bag that I got from Sampler Symposium from the attic. And it has the little tag on it that says, "Where Samplers Rule." So, okay, so that was new start number 1. New start number 2 is the Historical Sampler Company Little Owl Patchwork Sampler. We got the first part on January 1st, and those parts will come every 2 weeks until we've received 3 more parts. It's a total of 4 parts. And so this is what this is what it looks like, what we will have stitched in the first part. And I wanted to use the fabric they sent me. It is a 32 count, which I don't normally stitch on. I usually stitch on higher counts. Oh, and these are the flosses, and they are just gorgeous. I kind of cut my black a little short. But those are the flosses on the little rings that they send in the box. And so I decided that I was going to stitch it 1/1 on 32 count. So I apologize for the needle because I worked on it just until I started. Let's put something behind this just a little bit. That's not really helpful. Let's try this. Yeah, that's better. So those are my sweet little stitches. Oh, I love it. And I can, I can do the 32 count 1/1 easily with my readers. So that is the Little Owl Patchwork Stitch Along by Historical Sampler Company. The PDF is still available, and so if it's something that you want to jump on, you can. I will put their information below, and you can order that and get started and come stitching with this. I know. I think Sarah's going to do this one of Sew Me Sarah, but I know there will be several that do this, and they have a Facebook group which I also link below. Okay, so that is start number 2. Start number 3 is I have been in the Artsy Wives Patreon for a few months, and I started Fairy Reindeer. Oh my gosh, how cute is she? Oh, I love this. And I'm stitching it on a 36 count heirloom lace. I'm using the called for DMC, and here are the colors. I haven't put those on floss rings yet. And this is my progress so far. Ah, with another needle in it. Isn't she so sweet? So that is Fairy Reindeer. Fairy Reindeer will probably get put up probably until July, when I'll do some Christmas in July stitching. But I really enjoyed stitching on it, and I just love the chart. So that is my third new start. Now, I'm excited about this one too. I am going to do a blessing sampler, and I chose Audrey Stitch Stitch Bead. She publishes this under Cumberland Cottage Needleworks. It was a chart that you could receive by giving a donation to UPAWS, which is a animal rescue. She only did it for 1 month, and I thought it was the perfect size to do on 56 count. So I got a very little piece of 56 count from 1, 2, 3 stitch, and there it is. Jean, this is for you. And I'm doing it with the 103 silk in number 664. I'm pretty sure it's 664. Yeah, 664. So that is somewhere between Jackie Comfort Stitching and Jean and Brenda the sampler stitcher. You know, I kind of made up my mind I was going to stop I can't. Now, I'm not going to start stitching everything on 56 count, but I do have to use the magnification on my light. I did order a +7 pair of glasses to see. I'd rather just be able to stitch without a light, without the magnification on the light. But I'm very happy that that I tried, and I think it is something that I will finish. So it's not always for everyone, but I'm trying really hard not to just look at something and say, well, I can't do that, without even trying. So those are my new starts. And you know, one of the things that also kind of pushed me towards doing the historical sampler companies a piece 1/1 is to keep my eyes, you know, adjusted to smaller stitching. I was just a little worried if I went between the 56 count and then back and forth to a 32 count, you know, 1/2, or the 28 count 1/1, that there might be a lot of adjusting to do with my eyes. So that was one of the reasons I made that decision. But I also think it's going to be very sweet and very cute. So those are my new starts and the finishes that I've had, and the fully finished. So I think what we'll do is let's do some whips, okay? I'm going to move some stuff out of the way, and I will be right back. Okay, you guys ready for a laundry basket of whips? It is a very dark and dreary day here in Northern California. It is raining at the present time, and it appears in what I'm seeing in the monitor that the lighting is okay, but it is not our typical bright, sunshiny California weather. So let's get started. All right, I'm going to just make one little pull over here, and here we go. The first piece, is Garden Sampler. by Carriage House Samplings. This is a piece that I am doing for my middle daughter, Allison. And I am stitching this on a 40 count doubloon by Picture This Plus. I'm using the called for DMC, and this is the progress, and probably a lot of, I had wanted to have the pumpkin completely done, but this is going to be a pumpkin right here. But I got some of the, the greenery done and the pumpkin. And I love stitching on this piece. It is just lovely. So that is Garden Sampler by Cottage Garden Samplings. And I'm keeping this in a beautiful project bag that I won from Colorado Cross Stitcher. And it is by Joyful Stitching. Yes, and it is fabulous. Beautiful bag. Okay. So we'll just slip that in. All right, next we have, oh, you guys know it's one of my favorites, and that is Eddie and Patsy. Kim, Contented Needleworker, has finished hers, and Steph, the Late Girl Stitches, has, I'm just a little bit ahead of her on this. And I am stitching this on a 36 count catnap from Roxy Floss Co. And I'm using all of the called for Roxy Floss Co. overdyed floss. And this is where I have gotten to. Oh my goodness. Shame on me. That one's really bad. I have a lot of dangling threads. You know, the threads change so much. So where we are is I've gotten this leaf completed. I got worked on this branch, and I am starting the second bird. And I will try to do better. That's a lot. I think I was just, grabbing it to work on any chance I could get. And I didn't prepare. But, oh my gosh, look at that bird. And I can't wait to get the other one in there. And that gorgeous, gorgeous fabric. So that's Eddie and Patsy by Maximum Cross Stitch. There have been so many whip parades. Guys, I know everyone is watching them. I don't usually do my whip parade until July. So, because I started, or July 1st of August, because I started my FlossTube in July. So, goodness knows what damage I can do to whips between now and, or starts between now and July. So, but that's when I will do, I plan to do mine. I just watched, I'm going to run it below. His name is Michael, and he just did a whip parade. He stitches primarily samplers, and if you are a sampler lover, you must watch his whip parade. And I will link him down below, but I will also run the name across because it's just escaped my mind. But it was a fabulous whip parade. So okay, next we've got, this is on the bird theme. Birds of a Feather Circle Together, and this is by Mama Loves You GB. And I am stitching this on a 36 count love letter by Color and Cotton, and I'm using the called for DMC. And I'm using the colors from the back of the original piece, so they'll be a little bit brighter. And here is what I've done. Probably not a whole lot more since you saw it last, but I know I did get some more done. So I think more of the bird, more of this branch down here, and this is the start of another bird, as is this. So that was Birds of a Feather Flock Together by Mama Loves You, GB. Really fun, and I'm keeping this one in a beautiful gifted project bag from Alicia at Upper Meadow Design Company. I always read it because I don't want to make a mistake. And it is so well made and so gorgeous. Okay, so that is Birds of a Feather. All right. Next, we have, we'll go back to a little Christmas stitching. I had started Spirit of Christmas by Textilly Crafts. And I am stitching this on a 36 count pewter by Coloring Cotton. And I am using a gifted skein, thank you, Kara, of Caroling by Classic Color Works. And I did get the, I did get one of the ornaments started. So I got a little more done. And sadly, this one will probably go away until July. But look how that pops on that pewter. I love it. So that is Spirit of Christmas. And it's not a Christmas bag. If you guys remember, I just said I don't have, but this was a beautiful bag, one of the first ones, and this is from Lorraine. It is gorgeous. So it had red and stars, and that was Christmas enough for me. Okay, and it has a handle, which is way cool. Next is, I think we're going to still be doing the Christmas things. This is Red Berries from Modern Folk Embroidery. And I don't remember, I probably am not going to remember what I did on it. It hasn't been that long ago, though. Anyway, I'm stitching it on a 36 count Exceptional Eleanor by Those Missing Stitches. And I'm using the Roxy Floss Co. Colors in Dark Sage and Cheeky. And this is my progress. So I think I came down into the box. So, you know, I mean, really, if you just kind of sat down with this, you could knock it out. It's pretty easy stitching. There'll be a lot of berries to go around that border that are kind of sporadic, and I haven't gotten to the beautiful bird. But anyway, this is Red Berries by Modern Folk Embroidery. And again, we'll go away just for a little bit. We'll break it back out. It's always a joy to see it again and to work on it. Okay. Next, we have Bringing Good Cheer. I did get a few more stitches in this as well. This is Blackbird Designs. And I'm stitching this on a 36 count Wren by Picture This Plus. I'm using the Called For Overdyed. And this, I didn't show the right chart. I kept looking at that. That's not what I'm doing. This is Bringing Good Cheer. This one, Christmas Rose, I have finished. So, so Bringing Good Cheer by Blackbird Designs. And this was the progress that I got on that. So I know I got quite a bit more done of the alphabet. Maybe brought this border around. I don't remember what I did from the last time I saw it, but it was in my book. So that is, and again, this is not a big piece. The border is a little, is a little intense. It's got a lot of flowers, but I love it. I love Blackbird. I'm really hoping, and I do believe I said this last year, that I get some more Blackbird done this year, finished. Okay. Next, I just had to pull out a sampler, and I pulled out Tirji and Gerchi by Modern Folk Embroidery. Hi, Gerchi. It's a big piece, but I love working on it, and I'm stitching it on a 36 count speculoos. And if you guys remember, I talked about speculoos. It being and Gerchi sent me some information about how the seasonings, the spices, cinnamon are used in making cookies. And when I was over in the Bay Area with Eva and the kids, I went to Trader Joe's and I found them, and they are delicious. I bought three containers of the cookies. They're very good. I did give one to Eva and David, and then I'm giving one to our neighbor, but very, very good. And I was so excited to see them. Anyway, I started this this piece at Stitch North, and I'm using the Call for DMC. And so this was alphabet work. So that bottom alphabet, probably just past the F where the dangling thread is what I got done. So as you can see, it's big, but it's lovely. It's a lot of fun to stitch on. So that is Tirji and Gerchi, and this is housed in a bag that I made with last year's blessing sampler, which was Ellen Johnson, and this was by, oh my gosh, I'm gonna forget what. Oh, well, it's gone. I'll put it across. There it went. Okay, and so that was my blessing sampler from last year. Okay. This is a little stuck in here. Sorry. Okay, there we go. All right, and next, okay, this piece would have come out in plans. This piece, although it's Christmas, it's going to be my 2 threads a day until it's done, because I'm very close, and that will be Christmas Delivery by Cottage Garden Samplings. And Angi has a FlossTube up, the Tiny House Stitcher. It's been a while, Angi, but oh my goodness, it's so good to see you. And she had a finish of this, and it is just lovely. She used a lot of the etoile, that I was afraid to use, but I tried it, and I've been using it in a Halloween piece, and it's lovely to use. But I did not do it for this one. So this is stitched on a 36 count eucalyptus by Fox and Rabbit, and I'm using the Call for DMC, and you'll see that I got quite a bit done. There's another needle. So I think I had the tree when you saw it last, but this bag is done. I started filling in the trim on the sled, and then I have some stars and it's done. I mean, some snowflakes. So I started this in 2022. Angi actually started hers in 2021. But it doesn't matter. We'll have a finish. So Christmas Delivery by Cottage Garden Samplings. And it looks like this is all I have of the skein of 304. That won't make it, but so, if any of you pick that up, you might want to make sure you have 2 skeins. Okay, I will be so happy to have that next Christmas. I have to frame it. Okay. Next. Oh, this was exciting too. This is, I know you guys think, really? Maybe not to us. Oh, Joyous Day. Whoa, Oh, Joyous Day. But this is by Blackbird Designs. And I got, well, I'll show you what I did. But I'm stitching it on a 36 count flannel flower by Fox and Rabbit, and I'm using the called for overdyed floss. And what I have done is all three of the 4 bands of the satin stitch are done. So I just have the bottom, and I've started it. You can see it down in the bottom. But look what I did do. I put the Oh Joyous Day in over one. And then I'm going to add Eva, Allie, and Diane's initials, my 3 daughters. So there it is. So 3 bands of the satin stitching. So this is going to loosely be also sort of a 2 threads a day piece as well. I'm going to kind of work simultaneously on this and Christmas delivery because this needs to be finished. It's time. So that is Oh Joyous Day. And we're down to the bottom. And this one is also getting really, really close. And this is Angel Armel by Maximum Cross Stitch. I try to put stitches in this every Thursday. I'm stitching this on a piece of 36 count Heartland by Picture This Plus. And I'm using the Gloriana Hollyberry Silk. And look where I am. Oh, we're close. Because the border is not hard. It's just either a zigzag or kind of straight. Well, this is a little more, and I've got to do that at the bottom. But look at it. Oh, I just love it. I love those letters. So that is Angel, I don't know, Armel, that's who she is to me, by Maximum Cross Stitch. And that is my red sampler. Thursday. So those are my whips, and it's in the bag that Sarah of Sewing Sarah made for me that I treasure. A big congratulations to Sarah and Sally of Flossie Sews and Grows that they did their 50 starts to honor their 50th birthday. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to zip. Oh, wait, this, and then I'm going to unzip to stick this in. Sorry. Okay. All right. So those are my works in progress. Now, I had 2 pieces of beautiful Happy Mail. And the first one is I got my very first, let me get it, Book of Days. Yes. Oh, wait, I don't want that to fall out. And I took it to a Staples. My Staples would not do this, but I took it to the Staples in the Bay Area where Eva lives. And I mean, they did it while I waited. It was just, and I took over 4 pieces of the cardstock. So I'm doing that. And the first thing that I'm going to put on the cardstock is the beautiful Christmas card that came with it. And this was from Amy. Thank you so much, Amy. And so I've got it not stickered, but I've got it started. Oh, I did. I put 1 sticker from Trader Joe's that because Vince and I had an adventure, just Vince and Nani. We went to Trader Joe's one day and we went to Target the next. We had a great time. And this is what I have done so far. So, and then Amy sent with that these beautiful floss drops and the sampling of Memories floss bling, and you can see Santa there. So thank you so much. I'm really enjoying using my Book of Days. And yeah, so that'll be great. It really, I did have the plastic put on it, but I guess what I should do when I show it to you guys is do it more like that, and then there won't be so much glare. I'll remember that. So, and I got the plastic put on the front and the back. Okay, now the second thing is, I'm not going to give the name of who sent this, but I want you to know I have had so much joy with this. And this was the card that came with it. I'm pretty sure it was a handmade card, and it is gorgeous. And it was 12 Days of Christmas. And you start opening them on the 25th of Christmas and until all 12 are opened. And she was given one last year, and so now she has done one and gifted it forward. And I am so honored to be a recipient of this, and you will see why. So I'm not going to remember the exact order of things, how they came, but I have to show you what I've opened so far. I have 2 left. This gorgeous little felt ornament. I got 3 of these. They're crocheted. They've been on my tree. Okay. I got this incredible coaster that is English paper piecing. You can't see it, but she stitched on here. It's got a backing. It's so fabulous. Okay, I got, these are just crocheted flowers, and you know, they could be put on something, but they're gorgeous. Can you just look at those? They could be put on a project bag. Okay, then I got, oh, this was so cute. Look at this little box. It's a box. It's like fabric. You know what? Those are hexies. Doggone it, how clever. And then she's got, you know, a base to go around the sides. But yeah, the 2 are hexies. And look at the, oh, it's perfect. The beeswax. And I got this ornament, another crocheted ornament, the wreath. I got, oh, wait, and this was another very cute idea to do with the hexie. So she's made the hexies and then she's crocheted around it. Absolutely gorgeous. This was a banner, and I'm not going to unfurl it, but I do just want you to see. Look at the. It's absolutely gorgeous. They alternate. There's a hook to hang it up with. I mean, it is gorgeous. Okay, and the last, but, oh, no, there's still 2. This was another ornament, like a quilted piece. And a pair, a velvet pair. Look at that. So, and I still have 2 more to open, but I cannot thank you enough for thinking of me. And you know, I think it's incumbent and with great joy to select someone and to pass this on, not pass what she's made for me, but to pass it on to someone next year. Because if you just little things that you can make and put aside until you have 12, and it was lovely and thoughtful, and it meant the world to me. I haven't had an Advent kind of anything, and so this was kind of a first, and it's so exciting. So, okay, that is That was my glorious Happy Meal. All right, now let me look now and make sure that that I've done. Okay, so as far as plans, I did say the 2 threads a day is going to be kind of not alternated, but simultaneously Christmas delivery and Oh Joyous Day. My focus pieces, where I do 7 days, that's just kind of pushed aside just a little bit for the month of January as I work on Baldwin Birdie's, the Historic Sampler Company piece, and my Blessing Sampler. So then, because my choice for my focus piece will be Pet All the Dogs by Teresa Kogan, and I will probably start that around February. Then, in the joy of trying new things, I am going to do WhipGo. We'll see. And I didn't fill it. I filled out the list. So that's, I didn't fill out the board because I'm not doing it digitally. I'm just kind of doing it by hand. And my goal with each time a number is called, this is Jessie Marie does stuff. I watched her videos, and I feel like I kind of know what's going on. And thank you, Jessie, for organizing this. I put 25, most of them are samplers, and then when I got down here to the bottom, I added some other things. And the 2 numbers called for January are 11 and 20, and they corresponded to Sally Spencer and Away We Ride. So those pieces will get 3 days each in the month that they're, for January, each of these pieces needs 3 days. So I'm really excited. So that will be my first foray into WhipGo. So, okay. Then, while I was in the Bay Area, Eva and I made a selection on the birth announcement and the stocking. I ordered the stocking, but something went wrong. I've emailed Cooler Designs. I found a similar, Eva picked out a stocking similar size to Vince's, same designer, sort of the same theme of Winter Wonderland with the animals. All the time that she was pregnant with Aria, they called her Little Bear. They didn't know the sex, so she was hoping things would have kind of a bear thing. Okay, so this is the sampler, the birth announcement we've picked. And this is from Anna X Stitch, and this was on Etsy. I will put the information below. It is called Birth Record Forest Friends 3, and as you can see, it has a big bear. And my plans will be to do this on a 20 count Aida, like I did Vince's. And so I need to get that started. I have also told Eva that there probably won't be a stocking this Christmas. We'll see, but it won't be. I will give her full reign to expect one by the Christmas of 2026. But 2025, there will probably not be a stocking. So I will show you the picture of that when they send me the PDF. So that is the selection, and I'm going to keep that in the Made by Me Sock Monkey project bag, like Vince's was, and then this great zipper pull that this was sent to me by Allison of Cross Stitch the Globe. So, okay, so that is where we are. So I've got the WhipGo, we've got the new sampler. I need to get the Aida ordered for that. So here we are at the beginning of a new year. It's always exciting. I always want to ask if there's anything that you guys would like me to do different, would like me to do more of. But please put it down in your comments. And you know what we forgot to talk about? Zoom. It's time to start Zoom again. So it will be, the Zoom date will be January the 12th. That is a Sunday from 12 to 2 p.m. and that's Pacific Standard Time. I'm so excited. I can't believe I almost forgot to get those restarted. And so I will ask you to put Zoom in your comment, and I will pick 10, and we will have a rocking good time on the 12th of January. That will be our next one. So I'm really looking forward in this year to meeting many more of you and seeing many more of you again as we Zoom stitch. But I know people pick words and last year I didn't pick a word, and I didn't pick a word this year. I picked more of a phrase, and last year was moving forward in love. And of course, we don't want to drop that by the wayside. But I read a little piece to you guys several FlossTubes ago that has resonated with me, and maybe I can just throw this out there. The bottom line was never admire quietly. And it's just something to think about. I want to make sure that I don't let a moment go by. If it's telling a neighbor their yard looks nice, or sharing and resharing and reposting all of your beautiful cross stitch, the options are limitless. But we don't want to leave a second wasted. And I think if we can keep ourselves busy with straightening crowns and just loving each other and letting each other know that, you know, our little piece of the world will be just fine. So that's kind of my hope. Never admire quietly. I'm still hoping I might get someone to design a little chart. Any of you out there would like to do that? I would love to stitch it. But yeah, so that's kind of one of the things that I want to concentrate on this year. So if you are new, I hope you liked what you saw. I hope you will subscribe and share and ring the bell and like and do all the things that we do on FlossTube. I have, and I can already feel, you know, like the tears coming, and I don't want to do that. But at the beginning of the year, I want to stress how much all of you have given to me and how much I appreciate it. You cheerleaded me through the stocking. I must have driven you guys insane with that. We had another birth that went just fine, but it was a little rocky in the middle. You're just there for me. I feel like nothing can knock me down because I know that you are all there and you will be right at my back, keeping me upright. So, shoot. I'm going to end this. I think I have touched everything on the table, so I'm going to ask you to grab your stitching, get comfortable, and stitch what you love. I love each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart. Bye-bye. Until next time.